Hey, howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. Today's video is finally the questions and answers video. I posted on my community tab here on YouTube and also on my Instagram and asked for any questions that anybody wanted to ask me because I had seen quite a few other channels do a Q&A and it was very interesting to see all of their answers, to hear all of their answers, not to see them. And so I thought it would be fun to see what kind of questions y'all would like to ask me, and I got quite a few. I don't know if this will be a one-part video or a two-part video, depending on how long I can talk. Let's get into these questions. These are in no particular order. I have them over here on my monitor, so when you see me look over here, that's what I'm doing. And the first set of questions that I have are from Beauty and More with Renee, and I will link if the people who are asking me questions have a channel, I will link those down below so that you can go check them out if you do not know who they are. Renee is amazing. Thank you, Renee, for sending me some questions. Also, some people ask the same question, so when I get to the same question that the other people asked, I will just note that I've already answered it. Renee's first question is, what made you decide to start your channel? Well, I have always worn makeup my entire life. I started wearing makeup as a teenager, but I just mainly wore eyeshadow and mascara. I did not wear foundation, concealer. I didn't do the lipstick thing. I didn't do the blush. I was just an eyeshadow girl. I have always loved eyeshadow, and it is my absolute favorite. Anyway, my daughter and I, about 2 years ago now, started talking about makeup because she is really big into makeup, and we started to really bond and develop this special friendship over makeup. And being a more mature woman, I started looking on YouTube for mature beauty channels. And I mean, there are at this point quite a few mature beauty channels, but all they talked about was makeup, and I wanted something a little bit more because I like to be motivated. I like positive reinforcement, and so I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I believe that makeup is magical. There's a lot of power in makeup. It's not just a vanity thing. And so I wanted to start a YouTube channel to show not just more mature women, but women in general that, or people, because there are plenty of men who like makeup and wear makeup. Makeup is not gender specific, but as a woman, to show women that, as I say at the end of all of my videos, makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are, and we are all beautiful, and we are all beautiful. Makeup, in my humble opinion, does not make you beautiful. Your attitude is what makes you beautiful. How you feel about yourself. When you feel really bad about yourself, it doesn't make you look beautiful. It doesn't help you to look beautiful. Beauty truly does come from the inside. And I wanted to motivate and to uplift. Sometimes when we are feeling our absolute worst, we just need somebody to believe in us and to offer us a kind word and some encouragement. And that's why I started my YouTube channel, because there have been times in my life where I did not have that, and I wanted to be that for someone else, even if it was just one person. The next question she asked me is, have you been married and for how long? Girl, I have been married 3 times. I have not been lucky in love. Love has not been my thing. And Oh gosh, I don't even know. My first husband I was married to for 11 years. I think the second one was 8 or 9, and the third one was 5 or 6. I don't even know. I know that I have been single for a very long time. 18, 19 years. I don't know. I've been single for a very long time. And it's been that long, I believe, since I've even been on a date. And the reason that I was not lucky in love and the reason that I have been single for so long is because, not that you asked me that question, but is because before you can love somebody else, truly love somebody else, you have to love yourself first. And I have been on a self-love journey for a very long time. And within the last 2 years, through this YouTube channel, I have really learned how to love Leanna. So I'm not opposed to having a relationship. I believe that when that time comes, if it's meant to be, it will happen. Does not bother me to be single in the least. I actually enjoy my company very much. How many kids and what are their ages? I have 2. I have Christopher and my daughter Brandy. Christopher, if I'm not mistaken, will be 40 in September. Can y'all, look at me. Do I look like I have a 40-year-old son? What? And Brandy just turned 36 in June. What is your dream vacation? I love storms. The more fierce the storm, the more I like it. I don't even know how to express to you how much I love a storm. And my dream has always been to see a tornado. I don't want to see it damage anything. I don't want, no property damage. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I want to see a tornado. I have never seen one, and so to be able to go on a tornado chasing tour vacation would just, it would make me so incredibly happy, and they are very, very expensive. If you could love anywhere, she meant live. If you could live anywhere, where would you want to live? Probably somewhere exotic. Greece, like Santorini, is that how you say that? Greece, or some island where it's not too hot. Because the older I get, the more I don't like heat. Is there anywhere in the United States that I would like to live? Possibly Colorado, or a beach. I don't know. Definitely would love to live in Greece. What is your favorite food to eat? I just covered this in the Mask Monday video. My favorite food is steak, ribeye steaks. I love them, love them, love them. What food do you dislike the most? Well, not so much now, but funny story. When I was a kid, and probably all through my teenage and young adult years, I despised onions, despised them, and especially if they were cooked. I'm still not real crazy about onions, but I don't eat vegetables and stuff anymore. But my grandmother, when I was little, I was really sick one time, and she took an onion and baked it in the oven, and she put honey, and I don't know what else she put on it. Honey, I don't know if it was mustard, I don't know. She put something on it, and she baked it, a whole onion, and she made me eat it to help get rid of my cold, one of those old home remedy things. And after that, because it was disgusting, honey on an onion. Leanna did not like onions after that. It took me a very long time to actually like an onion again. What is your favorite childhood memory? My grandmother raised me. I know I've said that many a time too. On a farm in a very, very small town in central Virginia. And I have quite a few good memories living with my grandmother, but my favorite would be waking up early in the morning and hearing my grandmother's sewing machine. She was an avid sewer. She made my clothes. She made my Barbie doll clothes. She made quilts. That was her thing. She would make gifts for people for their birthday or for Christmas or for whatever. And she was always, always sewing. So to wake up in the morning and hear that sewing machine humming was just a very comforting sound. It just gave me a warm and cozy feeling. So that's one. Another really amazing memory that I have is when my grandmother bought me a bicycle for Christmas because we didn't have a lot of money. I have no idea how she managed to do that because at this point my grandfather, who was a farmer, had passed away, and my grandmother worked in a factory and she did not have a lot of money. So for her to have bought me a brand new bicycle was a feat, and that was a very special memory indeed. What is your favorite memory of your kids when they were younger? Oh, Christopher, when he was itty bitty in diapers, his father, this was back a lot of, anybody young is not going to know or get this at all. When Christopher was a baby, Where's the Beef, that commercial, was that a Burger King commercial, maybe? Where's the Beef was very, very popular, and his father taught him where the beef was. He taught him, he was little, in diapers, barely walking, and his dad taught him where the beef was. So we were living in Virginia Beach, and we came home one weekend to visit, and we were staying with my grandmother. And my grandmother, because she was very silly, my grandmother, she was playing with Christopher, and she was, Christopher, and she said to him playing, "Where's the beef, Christopher? Where's the beef?" And Christopher grabbed his diaper and said, "Right here." And I thought I was gonna die. Fortunately for Christopher's dad, my grandmother thought that was funny and she didn't attempt to kill him. My favorite memory of Brandy is she was little itty bitty thing, not much more than a year old, and she loved to give me nose kisses. She would grab my ears and take her little bitty nose and give me little bitty nose kisses. Very, very sweet. Not like the Where's the Beef story. So those are all of the questions from Renee. We'll move on to Erica Conger. Erica has a channel here on YouTube. And boy, did she ask me some questions. Question number 1, what is your biggest fear? I would have to say my biggest fear at this point in my life would be losing myself, because I have been on a journey for quite a long time now to find myself, because I was lost for a very, very long time. So my biggest fear would be to lose myself again. What is something you struggle with? I have always struggled with my weight. Always. I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant with Christopher. I had Christopher right before my 18th birthday, and I have been heavy ever since, and I have really struggled with letting it go. It has been a shield and a comfort, and I'm still trying to let that go. What is your favorite place to go on vacation? Not dream vacation, but my favorite place to go on vacation. I don't really have a favorite place to go on vacation, but my favorite kind of vacation is the kind of vacation where you get in the car and you just go with no destination really in mind, where you just drive and explore and off the beaten path to find all of these little out of the way interesting places and stay in these little roach motel, rundown hotels along the side of the road. What brand of eyeshadow is your favorite and which is your least favorite? Oh my gosh, I have several brands of eyeshadow that are my favorite. Unearthly Cosmetics, Ace Beauté, Lunar Beauty. I love those. They are incredible. Sydney Grace. I don't know that out of those, I don't know that I could choose one favorite. They're all really amazing. My least favorite. You see, eyeshadow is kind of like pizza. There's no bad pizza. Some is just better than others. So, I know that there are some really bad brands out there, and I can't think of one right off the top of my head. I've used some palettes that I didn't really care for, but then other palettes in the same brand that were pretty good. So I don't know that I have a least favorite. Who is your celebrity crush? Okay, so when I was a little girl, I don't know that I have a celebrity crush these days. Maybe Matthew McConaughey. But when I was a little girl, I was in love with Elvis. In love. Head over heels. In love with Elvis. My grandmother had every album that he had made, and she would put them on the record player, and we would go in the front room when I was a little girl, and we would dance to Elvis. And when he died, I don't remember a whole lot of things about my childhood, but when he died, Leanna cried hard. And my grandmother said, "What is wrong with you?" And I said, "Elvis is gone." And she said, "I know, but why are you so heartbroken?" And I said, "Because I was going to marry him when I grew up, and now I can't." I was just crazy about some Elvis. What is the one thing you wish you could accomplish that you haven't yet? To lose some weight. That's what I would like to accomplish, is to lose some weight. Or to not care about it. That would be awesome too. Is just not even care about it anymore, because sometimes I'm just obsessed with it. What smell reminds you of your childhood? Flowers remind me of my childhood. Any scent of a flower on a warm summer day, because my grandmother was obsessed with gardening and flowers. Her whole front yard, no joke, was full of flower pots, and she had flowers everywhere. She loved them. And to walk outside of her house on a warm summer day, you would smell snowball bushes and gardenias and everything, just everything. The strong aroma of flowers in her yard was amazing. And every time I smell one, I think about being a kid in my grandmother's yard and getting in trouble because I would pick them and she would get so angry with me. What is the best advice you've ever received? I remember once, out of the blue, y'all. And so when these things happen, I feel like that it's a divine intervention. Out of the blue, I was working in this little itty bitty country store out in the middle of nowhere. And this gentleman, older gentleman, who was a business owner, he was very well known in the community, and he was very gruff, and he never cracked a smile, and he was not friendly, and he was just always came in the store grumpy. And out of the blue, he said to me one day, as I was handing him back his change, he said, "Leanna, nothing changes if nothing changes." And he turned around and walked away. And I've never forgotten that, and it made a big impact on me. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and that is so very true. Where did you go on your first date? I don't know. I don't even remember. I remember who I dated, who my first date was. Where did we go? I don't think we went anywhere in particular. Just, I mean, you know, little bitty country town kids, you just rode around. That's all you did. You rode from this end of the town to that end of the town and back and forth. And, you know, sometimes you would all meet up at the drive-in. And, yeah, I think we just rode around. And the last question that Erica asked me is, do you know how much I love you? And yes, I do. Sometimes I find it a little hard to believe since we've never met in person, but it is amazing how you can develop feelings for people that you've never met before. So thank you, Erica, for all those amazing questions and for loving me so much. The next set of questions are from Pia, and Pia has a channel here on YouTube, Makeup by Pia W. And her first question is, what made you start your channel, which I've already answered. And her second question is, what was your first makeup item and how old were you? Believe it or not, my first makeup item was lipstick because my grandmother loved her lipstick. And she loved her red lipstick. She didn't wear any other makeup, but she never left the house without putting on her red lipstick. And so my first experience with makeup was with red lipstick because I would steal my grandmother's lipstick and wear it. The actual first makeup that I bought myself, I believe, was mascara, and I believe that was Great Lash. Amazing that mascara is still around, isn't it? And the last question that Pia asked me is, do you have any hobbies besides makeup? And yes, I am an artist. It's been a while since I have done any art, but I love anything art related. Painting, whether it be oil painting or acrylic painting or water painting and drawing. I have all kinds of art pencils to draw with, and junk journaling, and clay. I love polymer clay and making clay jewelry. Oh gosh, I have so many art supplies. Spirit dolls. I love to make spirit dolls and anything. I love to do like spiritual art. Anything that meaningful, that comes from your heart and has symbols and meanings and messages and that type of thing in it. You can't really see, but I have some right there, that that picture right there on the wall, and there are some other pictures up above it that I painted. I love anything art related. Art, and this is another reason why I love makeup so much, is because, I mean, I'm painting my face. Makeup is very much to me a form of art. It's an expression of art. When I do anything art related and when I put on my makeup, it is like a form of meditation to me. It calms me and it quiets the chatterbrain that I have going on. It's meditative and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Pia, for asking me those questions. Thank yous to everybody that gave me some questions. I really did enjoy seeing what kind of questions that y'all came up with, and I enjoyed answering them too. So if you made it to this point of the video, thank you for hanging in there with me. And before you go, make sure you show that like button some love. And as always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Christopher, I think you should do a question and answer video on your channel and answer all these questions. Because I'd like to know what your first makeup item was and how old you were when you got it. Okay? Mama loves you, boo.